Magister's dropping left and right. Can't say I'm shedding any tears.
Ma, I'm fine. You're glad you don't have to witness this sudden ill. Oh, please, Lucian, spare me.
This?
What do you want? Can't you see I'm busy? Heckish! Is that a joke of some kind? If it is, it's only a little funny. But you tried, and that's something. So here, take an egg for your effort. Oh, you want a list? I've got eggs to lay, grass to tidy, grain to clear, and Magister boots to peck. Now if you'll excuse me.
Well, ain't you a tall drink of tallness? What can I do for you, honey?
She fluffs them and coos.
You're so very, very sweet to notice, honey. Ain't easy keeping him so nice in a dusty town like this. But I do take pride in him. Sure, why not? Not all of them hatch, you know. And between you and me, honey, I don't mind the taste of an omelette now and again. Go on and scoot then, honey.
The cat stares up at you. Its midnight black pupils are too prominent for you to discern the colour of its glazed eyes.
8 lives already gone, but I'd gladly lose the last if you can throw me a fish. One of those smelly kind. But I need 'em. So yummy. They taste like shadows and spoiled cream and turn the air dark. It feels so beautiful against my fur, like being caressed by black cotton. Maybe I should stick to the good stuff for a while.
He pokes his nose at your map, leaving a wet spot.
I think you'll find something interesting there. Found me some goodies during life number 6. Now, if you don't mind, I need a bit of me time.
That can't be good for him. That can't be good for him. That can't be good for him.
That's no good.
Useless. Bloody useless. Might as well have rotted in the death fog. What's even the point?
I'm always the sorcerer.
The dwarf is unnaturally still. You might mistake her for a corpse, were it not for a slight twitch of her eyelids. She calmly opens her left eye, then her right.
What do you want? Nah, nice quiet spot for a dwarf to get some shut-eye. Cobwebs, I reckon. Maybe some spiders and silverfish, rats. Nothing you want. Unless you collect cobwebs, I guess. Ain't hardly nothing. This is the warmest corner in the house, is all. And didn't I tell you to scram? Ah, that's your game, is it?
Maybe.
He pokes his nose.
I think you'll...
That can't be good for him.
This is going nowhere.
It wasn't me who got the broken cup. I'm
You can figure this out. Come on.
close enough, Reptile. I thought you lizards were all hiding behind your Imperial walls. What are you doing in Driftwood? Good. This town has enough problems. Tell me, have you seen a man around here? Grey beard, grey cloak, a look of madness in his eyes. Damien, take it all. Where is the snake? Magister Carver will have our heads if we don't find him. It's vital that you report anything unusual. We must know. Is that clear? He arrived in Driftwood some days ago, dressed as a tinkerer. He bought and sold a few knickknacks. But we thought nothing of it until our brothers started vanishing. As soon as he knew we were onto him, he ran. Now, be on your way.
Come on, can't I go and play with the others?
No can do, chickadee.
You're the best.
Leaving my side for a while longer yet. Well, there's a fun phase. Byron and I are patching up before we head home. Hope the Order folks are treating you all right. You stay out of trouble now.
Surrounded by incompetence. I deserve a better posting.
I'm watching you, stranger.
Reports, damn it.
You doing okay, boy of mine?
Ma, I'm fine.
You're better than
Of course,
fine,
sir.
Bub, you're a
Right
hero.
away.
The Magister startles, realizing there's a stranger in his midst.
What do you want, lizard? You can't just come in here as you please. There's Manchester's missing. I'm trying to conduct a bloody investigation.
You doing okay, boy of mine?
Ma, I'm fine.
Fine, Bub, you're a hero.
Good to hear someone cares about our missing uniforms. If we don't find the culprit soon, I fear we'll lose another good recruit.
Come on, can't I go and play with the others?
No can do, chickadee.
He's a deviant named Higba, a grubby little tinkerer with a criminal mind. Some of my magisters have vanished from Driftwood lately, and I'm certain that fiend is responsible. The fiend's greed gave him away. He was peddling items that belonged to those missing from our ranks. He saw my men before they could seize him and fled.
Ma, I'm fine.
Fine, Bub, you're a hero.
Hardly. By all accounts, he seemed like just another money-grubbing nobody. He must have caught my magisters unawares. It's the only explanation. No matter, he'll face justice either way. If you catch sight of that dog, tell me or my men at once. Understand? There might even be a reward in it for you. Well, do you know anything?
Ma, I'm fine.
Stop wasting my time then.
Come on.
Elson,
Can't
my
I go and
inkwell
play?
is
State your
dry.
business to Magister Carver, or else get out.
You're not leaving my side for a while longer yet.
That's all you have to say. You may as well leave me to it then. Of course, sir.
Belvedere,
State your
we need to-
business to Magister Carver, or else get out. That's Magister business. Keep your nose out of it.
Doing okay, boy of mine?
Elson, my inkwell is dry. Fetch me some more.
Fine, Bub, you're a hero.
Come on. Can't I...
Oh, great, a citizen. Can't you see I'm on a break here? What? Oh no. Poor Demori. Go tell Magister Raymond or Magister Julian immediately. They'll raise the alert. Go. Now.
Head nodding drowsily, the Magister brings her voluminous sleeve up to her face. She sniffed.
They won't take me unawares. I'm ready for anything. See? I haven't stepped in. Well, I'm ready. That's what matters. Vigilance! Why, whoever's snatching magisters off the street and disappearing them? 6 lost in a week. 6! Need to be ready. Ready!
Waving you away, she cranes her neck to scan all around her, jaw clenched and eyes flickering.
Bellwether, I need those reports.
Of course, sir.
The Magister turns to you with a scowl. He already seemed immensely displeased, and your interjection isn't improving his mood.
What?
Look around. Would you be happy stuck guarding this bloody place? 10 years of service and he stick me in a hole with a bunch of speechless goons. The new leadership ought to learn to respect its veterans. We're the ones who uphold the rule of law, not white ponches like Raymond and Jonathan.
A sly smile creeps across the Magister's face.
Aye, and sooner than you might think, if the rumours are true. Let's just say, there's other places where I'd be appreciated more than I am in Driftwood. Who asked you? You're not even supposed to be down here.
The Magister glances around the cells, before ripping the keys from his belt and casting them aside.
This isn't the divine order I signed up for. Not anymore. I'm done.
The spirit of an emaciated prisoner is staring down at his own corpse. He shakes his head and lets out an exasperated sigh.
Of all the stupid ways to go. Oh, it was a stupid bloody accident. I dosed myself with some poison to make it look like I was half dead. I figured they'd take me to see a healer and I'd have a chance to escape. I must have taken too much of the stuff though. Wound up fully dead instead of half dead. Those bastards haven't even moved me body.
The spirit scowls at you.
I did nothing. Or I didn't do what they accused me of, at least. A miscarriage of justice is what this is. That's putting it bloody lightly. Nobody deserves to rot in a hole like this. Best leave that secret for someone who needs it. You can stroll out of here whenever you like.
I've spotted something. A painful death, trapped and defenseless.
Come on, can't I go and play with the others?
No can do, chickadee. You're not leaving my sight.
Greetings! May the Seven circle you and keep you safe. Ah, it's a wonderful day, wouldn't you agree? And with good reason, too. Oh, for isn't it wonderful to look upon so simple a meal, bread and cheese, and be positively overcome with appetite? Why, only a few days ago, I was writhing in pain, having eaten from that rotten fish they dare sell on the market. But then a fellow pilgrim passed by, laid his hands upon my feverish skin, and just like that, I was cured. Truly, it was a miracle. Alas, I cannot say who he was, but I can say what he was. A holy man. A stranger showing kindness to strangers, exemplifying the teachings of the divine. Fills my heart with gladness to know that there are still folks like him to be found, now that our Lord Alexander has fallen. May the Seven keep him. May they keep all of us.
So-called holy man who can heal with magic. I wonder if he might be one of the sorcerers Master Sebille wants me to find.
What?
Your fish stinks of the void. What kind of rat would sell such filth?
Come on, friends. Never forget.
You
kind that don't fancy starving, along with the rest of this town. It's all well and good for you with your rations. We've got to take what we can get.
Keep talking, dwarf, and you'll end up eating sawdust from a cell floor.
Keeping it together, Bree.
Ah.
I'm all right, as long as I don't think too much. You're safe among friends. Never forget it.
Elsa, my inkwell is dry.
Course, sir.
Fetch me some more.
Right away.
No rest until the killer is found.
An elf in tattered red robes shifts through pages of handwritten notes spread across the table.
So many suspects, so many potential culprits. I need to narrow down the list. Think, you damn elf, think.
A floorboard creaks beneath your foot. The elf leaps around abruptly.
What are you doing, lizard? Trying to get the drop on me? Sneak up and slit my throat? Can't trust anyone, especially the likes of you, and especially what's been going on. Seven preserve me! Are you entirely ignorant, lizard? My own Magister comrades are vanishing from right here in Driftwood. Whoever's behind it must be stopped. If you hear anything, come to me. I was removed from their ranks due to my elven blood. I'll continue to serve, though. I won't stand to see my comrades taken by some vile traitor. 3 Magisters vanished so far, all within Driftwood. My comrades believe some tinkerer named Higba is behind it all, but they're wrong. I'm certain of it. He might be a greedy little junk peddler and a sorcerer to boot, but hardly capable of seizing Magisters. They won't listen to me. Not anymore.
The elf nods stoically.
Exactly. I'm convinced that this tavern holds the key. It's full of scum and degenerates. The true culprit could easily hide amongst them. I have to keep investigating. Keep the pressure up. The culprit will make a mistake eventually. If you see anything suspicious, let me know. How about sense of honor, lizard? Or do you even understand such a thing? What? I serve with utter loyalty now and forever. Now get away from me and don't come back unless you have information I can use. It doesn't make sense. I'm missing something. Who would do this?
Paradise against all the odds.
pretty good, ain't he? Probably ain't against writing a poem for a lizard either, if you're all polite and whatnot.
Vile incident. A valiant warrior against the void. You have interrupted my newest masterpiece.
The bard clears his throat and gargles on his own saliva. He then returns to his poem, but his voice cracks mid-verse.
Well, never you mind. Every sonnet I compose is a masterpiece, and my muse has been begging me to write something. Wait! You might be just the stimulus I needed. I shall craft a rhyme for you and your race. All I ask in return is a handful of coins. It's an offer of a lifetime. Fame, notoriety, neither, or both. The thing about a good poem is that it's magnificent. But if I am to write a first-rate work, you must face some difficult questions.
He stares at you for a few torturing moments.
Let's cut to the chase, lizard. Your kind has built an empire on the backs of slaves, reaping the rewards of the innocent's toil. Do you condemn your kin?
He smiles a crooked smile and runs a hand through his greasy...
It isn't just slaves that suffer, though, is it? You eternally seek perfection, though offer no room in the creaking empire machine to the sage or the savant. What say you? This superiority complex, this haughtiness, so cold. Others see you for what you truly are. Monsters. Loveless, heartless, ruthless. You know it to be true.
The bard hems and haws, then bellows his next words to anyone who might hear.
To all lovers of verse, I bring glorious news. I have completed an empire built upon the backs of slaves.
I doubt a reptile could appreciate the beauty of Barstan's gentle melodies. I consider myself fortunate to be carried to paradise by his silken voice.
Another sorcerer on the loose. I knew they should cut off the Meister's head and burn the rest. Gotta make sure.
Arguing with Mac is like giving medicine to the dead. He's as stubborn as a corpse and smells the part to boot. No.
Infatuation is but pointless jest.
He fixes you with a stare, looks you up and down, weighs you up. Then a smile creases his face. A smile carefully constructed to look friendly and authentic. A smile that doesn't reach his eyes.
Greetings, my lord. Looking to ease the pain of a decaying world? You're in the right...
Finally! Your colleague over there is absolutely useless. I'll have a bowl of the house stew, if you please. Ah! You truly are my saviour.
He inhales deeply over the stew, savouring the scent. He pauses in anticipation, then frowns.
Rather disappointing, isn't it? After all I've been through, yet another tragedy.
He lowers his gaze, then looks up at you expectantly. His lip trembles dramatically.
It's my mentor. My dear mentor. He was... killed by those void beasts. I told him we ought not to travel in the hills, but would he listen? No. Now here I sit, my closest companion gone, our precious cargo worth more than Lucian's right ring, lost to the beast-infested wilds. And on top of it all, the stew was a disappointment. Ah, then perhaps my luck has changed. Yes, perhaps this awful business might soon be behind me.
Tell me, how are you in, well, Void-Woken?
Ah, terrific news. Then what I ask will be little more than a trifling. My mentor, Liam,
and I were hauling in a goodly number of fine wares from the Southlands when we crossed paths with a great brute of a void woken. It made short work of Liam, may the gods rest his soul. I managed to escape, but my precious cargo was left behind. We'd invested our entire livelihood in those wares. I'd do anything to get them back. Very, very well, that's how. That cargo is worth more than a pretty penny, and I'll owe its retrieval to you and you alone. Now, give me your map. I'll show you just where to look. I can't tell you how thoroughly you've made my day. Good luck.
An empire built upon the backs of slaves does not deserve them.
She nods an uninterested greeting.
Here for the fight? This is a tavern. People are drinking. Eventually there'll be a fight. You planning on starting one? Well, I look forward to beating the shite out of you then. Bye now. Till later.
An elf sways on her chair, her eyes focused on the counter in front of her, where she has 6 glasses in a row. With the net, she slides one of the drinks towards you, her head bobbling heavily on her neck as she nods at the sparkling ale.
And that. Nothing like a glass of the good stuff to smudge everything into a pretty shape.
She slides another glass of ale toward you. Its contents sparkle in the dim barlight.
Bottoms up. Cheers to you, me, and...
Her gaze swivels around the room.
Damien's dull knife. This place is horrible. Never mind. Another. Come on. Last one for the road. Psh. Give me one.
She dumps a heavy arm around your shoulder and pulls you in close, her breath hot and sour in your face.
Look at this. This is my story.
She shows you the 2 swollen, angry red welts on the underside of her arm. She slaps them without finesse, making herself wince, and stares at you intensely.
I know how to make it better. I can fix it, all of it. I'll tell you.
She jerks her arm away from you and gazes lovingly at the welts. She doesn't look up as she speaks.
There's this woman. I'm not crazy. And if she kisses you, she can change you. She's downstairs. And now I'm different. It's in her lips. It's in the magic. I changed the right way. And then, I think now I'll be fine. You understand how, sometimes you just want to be fine. Hey, Rudy, this guy says he's doing fine. Ah, what a sap. Not all of us are so lucky. Excuse me.
A prim woman in a starched apron wipes a glass with a clean rag. She pins you with blue, steel-sharp eyes as you approach the bar.
Blessings upon our Lucian, 7 times divine. Can I do for you? How about a little amber? My boy Niles' favourite. He's a physician in the Divine Order. Mother's pride. Yes, that's my boy. Did you know him? Finest physician in all of Reaper's Coast. Top of his class. My, but it's been too long since I've seen him. A fine physician indeed. That's my boy. Some say all a growing child needs is food and sunshine. I say abstinence and chastity will grow him finer than either one of those. Oh, but it's so good to meet a friend of Niles. Here, have a little something to eat. No one in our little town can appreciate work so fine as his, you know. All his instruments and books are stored away upstairs, all but forgotten. It's such a terrible waste. You can hang your hat on that. I'd love to show you, but I'm afraid I can't leave the bar unattended. This crowd isn't a bit trusted, believe you me. But I suppose, well, there's no harm, is there? You seem to be a good sort. One of Lucian's own, isn't that right? Here, take this key and head on up the stairs. You'll find Niles' room there. He'd want to know his fine things weren't languishing unappreciated in his old room.
Curiosity kills the cat, or gets it sent to Fort Joy. You're willing
It's a
to risk
shame
Fort
it
Joy
is.
for one night with a lizard.
An absolute shame.
You're an idiot.
Alexander, slaughtered like a supper lamb. Poor dear.
It ain't right.
The bell rings a warning and the tide is on the turn.
It ain't right. Never thought I'd say this. I hope they round up them sorcerers for good. I ain't needing one sick in a void woken on me.
Curiosity kills the cat.
You said it, Hilga. You're a true patriot.
You're willing to risk Fort Joy for one night with a what you want, reptile? Huh. I want another beer and a bowl of stew. Which of us is more likely to get what they want, do you think? Guess that makes me a sinner. Perhaps you can help us settle an argument. Thatcher here is one of my dearest friends, but she isn't the brightest.
Thatcher grins hello.
Our mate Boris got posted to Fort Joy for consorting with lizards. And Thatcher here still fancies a turn around the park with Loverick's lizard. I say she'd be sleeping with the enemy. What say you?
They look at you expectantly.
You got that right.
And I'm saying, you can trust me. I can see a sorcerer from a mile away. And you can't be too careful, you know. If they can
Thatcher looks victorious. Eden looks annoyed.
You're as bad as she is. Get lost then, you're no use to me.
Eden turns back to her drink. Thatcher smiles goodbye.
Curiosity kills the cat, or gets it sent to Fort Joy. You're willing to risk Fort Joy.
Weathered and rugged, the man sleeps soundly. He mumbles in his slumber.
There's bad things in the caves. Bad dwarf things.
His eyes open, but he doesn't see you.
Blood and oil do mix, after all.
His eyes flicker open, but he looks like he's still asleep.
The island is ruined and doesn't have a name. Don't go there.
His eyes flick wide open, but he's clearly asleep.
There's no graveyard on the island. Stay away from the graveyard.
His eyes open, but he doesn't see you.
Sawdust and wolves, Mother. Sawdust and wolves.
His eyes flicker open, but he...
Arcs for Lucian's Day sounds nice, Mother.
Startled, he opens his eyes, but he's staring into the distance. He...
Leave me alone, Mother.
His eyes open, but he doesn't see you.
Don't touch it. Don't touch the chest.
He goes back to sleep.
That's quite all right, my lord.
Here now. When one's in a small town, one must expect small town manners, I see. Have you a reason for barging into my room, sir? Ah, so it's dear Prudence who's responsible for our confusion. Odd, she's usually as strict as a taxman. Still, no harm done, I suppose. I may as well introduce myself. Baron Levere, at your service. Travels, you say? And why would you assume I'm a travelling man?
He laughs heartily.
Of all things, I wouldn't have thought my cloak would give me away, but you're quite right, of course. I am travelling, yes, to Arx. Lucian's Day will be upon us soon, a celebration no man with a heart that is both as pious and mercantile as mine should miss. Of course they are, as good bodyguards should be. I'm a wealthy man, as you noticed, and wealthy men need protection, especially if they accompany their wealth. The merchant's burden, you see. He must escort his merchandise, always. Music to my ears. A happy accident after all, you're barging into my room. If there's anything else you need, know you're always welcome.
Then you're an idiot. Curiosity kills the cat, or gets it sent to Fort Joy. You're willing to risk Fort Joy for one night with a lizard? Then you're an idiot.
You've got it taken into the trap.
You got that right, Hilka. You got that right.
And I'm saying, you can trust me. I can see a sorcerer from a mile away. And you can't be too careful, you know? If they can get out of town.
Curiosity kills the cat, or gets it sent to Fort Joy. You're willing to risk Fort Joy for one night with a lizard? Then you're an idiot. Curiosity kills the cat, or gets it sent to Fort Joy. You're willing to risk Fort Joy for one night with a lizard? Then you're an idiot. kills the cat or gets it sent to Fort Joy. You're willing to risk Fort Joy for one night with a lizard? Then you're an idiot. You can trust me. I can see a sorcerer from a mile away. Be careful, you know. Any of this.
You're right about that. Right as rain,
Curiosity kills the cat, or gets it sent to Fort John. You're willing to risk Fort Joy for one night with a lizard? Then you're an idiot. Curiosity kills the cat, or gets it sent to Fort Joy. You're willing to risk Fort Joy for one night with a lizard?
What on earth is that noise?
Then you're an idiot.
That would be my stomach, my lord. Perhaps I could go downstairs for a bit of stew?
Absolutely not. The coffers, man. The coffers, they're to be guarded day and night.
You got that right, Hilka.
Yes,
You
of
got
course.
that right.
Of course, my lord.
And I'm free. It's me. I can see a sorcerer from a mile away. And you can't be too careful, you know. You can get Alexander. Curiosity kills the cat, or gets it sent to Fort Joy.
You're right about that. Right as rain, Hilka.
You're willing to risk Fort Joy for one night with a lizard? Then you're an idiot.
What the devil are you staring at?
Your beard, my lord. It seems less lush somehow.
It's as lush as it's always been. Now train your eyes on my treasures, not my person.
Yes, my lord.
Curiosity kills the cat, gets it sent to Fort Joy. You're willing to risk Fort Joy for one night with a lizard? Then you're an idiot. Got a pick and trust. You can trust me. I can see a sorcerer from a mile away. And you can't be too careful, you know. If they can get Alexander, they can get any of us.
You're right about that. Right as rain, Hilka.
One night with a lizard. Then you're an idiot.
about that. Right as rain, Ilka.
What on earth is that noise?
Curiosity kills the cat. Gets a sense of Fort Joy. You're willing to risk Fort Joy for one night with a lizard? Then you're an idiot.
Who rings the bell?
A weathered woman in a dirty sea captain's tunic babbles breathlessly to herself.
The bell rings a warning and the tide is on the turn. And I without my compass. The ship is in the locker. On the bottom in the rocky shallows. And all are drowned but me. And yet, can you hear?
Kills the cat.
The bell rings on. The bell. Perhaps I am already mad. But I swear I hear the bells.
She buries her head in her hands and cries.
Make it stop!
And you can't be too careful, you know? If they can get Alexander, they can get any of us.
You're right about that. Right.
Oh, heaven!
No weak links allowed within the chain.
Damn right. We got a right to live, don't we? Throw him in the hole.
The spirit of a magister stares dumbly at her translucent hand.
My ring! Where's my ring?
The spirit pivots her wrist, staring at the fingerless hand, utterly, morbidly entranced.
I should have been more careful. She hacked at my sword hand first. I couldn't defend myself.
The spirit stares, absorbing your question. Finally, she points her fingerless hand towards the kitchen. The spirit's lips puffed, trying to form an answer, but it doesn't come. She forlornly stares at you, unable to find the words. The spirit looks at you with the smallest flicker of realization.
I was still alive when she started cutting pieces off me. She wanted me to feel it. All of it.
The spirit inclines her head towards the kitchen. The spirit ponders your question and seems to shiver.
Oh, in many places. I feel my body in 100 moving graves, warm and wet.
What's this? I found something.
The cook acknowledges you with a small...
This ring, it bears the Magister's seal. And there's blood on it.
Please, sir, you should not be back here. It's not safe.
The cook dutifully ladles a bowl full of stew and carries it over to you. The bowl slips from her grasp. Scalding hot stew splashes all over you.
Sincere apologies. I must return to my work now.
Does not deserve the F of praise. servants toil and
Who would do this?
yet cannot extricate.
No can do, Chickadee. You're not leaving my sight for a while longer yet.
But Ma!
The Magister's jaw is tightly clenched as he stares out of the window. He said,
What?
Can't I go and play with the others?
No can do, Chickadee. You're not leaving my sight for a while longer yet.
When, not if, and you'll see for yourself in time. We'll make all of Driftwood come and see what happens to those who conspire against us. Well, do you know anything?
The Magister snatches the ring from your palm and stares at it.
This is a conduct award. I presented it to Magister Harrick myself. She was the second one to be taken.
He shudders and abruptly turns to his subordinate.
Bellwether, get over to the Black Bull Tavern and question their cook. See if there's any truth to this. And you, if I find this is some sort of trick, there'll be consequences. Now go.
An empire built upon the backs of slaves does not.
That's where I can see them, Elf. I'm arresting you on suspicion of murder.
The cook piles a bundle of what appears to be red clothing into the hearth. It ignites. She turns and eyes you coldly.
It seems like someone's been telling tales about me. Foolish. Very foolish. I don't have to explain my actions. Magisters are pigs. They deserve to be slaughtered and eaten like pigs.
She grabs a large kitchen knife.
As do those who side with them.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
I'm ready!
I'm ready.
Wait. There's something wrong with this.
A lifeless elven child is cradled in your arms. Your vision blurs with tears. You look away to a raised valley below. Tendrils of death fog dissipate, revealing a victorious Divine Order army advancing. Humans, magisters, murderers.
I've sent Magister Barwin to look into your tales, stranger. She hasn't reported back yet, but if she finds out you're lying, there'll be hell to pay. Understand? You're certain it was her? I won't allow for any doubt. I won't let my reputation be tarnished by a task left unfinished. Death is a constant risk for all who serve with the Magister. I won't apologize for doing my duty. Now, this sordid business is ended. Here, your reward.
He hands you a pouch of gold before absently waving his hand for you to leave.
Come on, can't I go and play with the others?
No can do, chickadee. You're not leaving my sight for a while longer yet.
Mama!
Wait until headquarters hears of my success, and perhaps I'll be promoted.
You doing okay, boy of mine?
Mama, I'm fine.
You're better than fine, Bub. You're a hero.
Come on, can't I go and play with the others?
No can do, chickadee. You're not leaving my sight for a while longer yet.
Mama!
You doing okay, boy of mine?
Wait until headquarters hears of my success, and perhaps I'll be promoted.
Better than fine, Bub. You're a hero. You doing okay, boy of mine?
Ma, I'm fine.
You're better than fine, Bub. You're a hero. You doing okay, boy of mine?
Ma, I'm fine.
Fine,
Wait
Bub.
until
You're a hero.
headquarters hears of my success, and perhaps I'll be promoted.
You doing okay, boy of mine?
Ma, I'm fine.
You're better than fine, Bub. You're a hero. You doing okay, boy of mine?
Ma, I'm fine.
Wait until headquarters hears of my
Fine, Bub.
success.
You're a hero.
Perhaps I'll be promoted.
Come on, can't I go and play with the others?
No can do, Chickadee. You're not leaving my sight for a while longer yet.
But, Ma,